There's no reason to dream of being the person you want to be. Just be it. Good morning, YouTube. This is Rachel Stewart with Spend Smart, Live Happy. Thanks for checking in today. It is a beautiful morning here in Las Vegas. Let me tell you, I am loving this new schedule. Wake up, drink a little green tea out of my garden on my patio, make a video for you guys, and get my day started off right. So today I want to talk to you about my top 5 steps of how to be a new you. I mean, you can make drastic change in a short amount of time. It's incredible. I have just blown my mind with what I've done over this last year. It's incredible. I've never been so ridiculously happy. It doesn't ever get old. Sometimes I just laugh or cry or smile to myself just because it feels so good to feel good after years and years of struggle. And I'm just on a mission now to help everybody feel the exact same way. So let's get started. Number 1, and what I feel is the most important thing you can do first when embarking on a massive life change, and that is to declutter your life. Get rid of the excess, get rid of the waste. First, you're going to start with all that junk in your house that you don't need. How many Americans do you know, friends, neighbors, maybe people in other countries as well, but I know this is particularly prevalent here in the United States, where their house is filled with stuff. That's not enough, so their garage is booming and bustling with stuff, so much that they're like playing Tetris just to get out to their deep freezer. And then that's not enough. They're paying hundreds or thousands of dollars a year for storage units so they can store more stuff that they'll never touch, that they'll never use. Why? Why do you need all that stuff? And then they have thousands and thousands of dollars of debt so that they can have stuff that they don't need, that they don't use, that they pay more money to store. It's insane. Check out from the system. Check yourself out. So first things first, you're going to go through your house. You're going to just do a speed round. You're going to just go through with boxes, grab everything off of every shelf, out of every cupboard, out of every drawer that you know right away and with a split second you're not going to need, you're not going to use, you don't value. Start there, because this process can be extremely painful. And if you're interested in doing this, I highly encourage you to watch some of my other videos so you can learn more about the purging process, how to deal with sentimental items, things like that. But, please know that when I say declutter your life, I'm not talking just about your things. I'm talking about everything, your relationships, getting rid of those toxic relationships, because once again, you can't make room for new if you've got what you have filled to the plate with the old. And if the old isn't working, well, it's got to go. And it was hard. It was very hard for me on that journey to let go of some long-time relationships, some people that I was connected to, but when I was really honest about it, they weren't helping me on my journey. They weren't contributing towards what I call the circle of positivity. You want to surround yourself with super positive people so that they can help encourage you on this journey. All right, moving on to number 2. That is that you don't want to let money control you. Especially here in the United States. Holy cow. People are slaves for a paycheck. They're slaves for their belongings. They're slaves for that fancy car, for that big house, they work so hard to make all this money to just blow it and spend it, not know where it's went. And then they're a slave to their debt. If you watch some of my other videos, I disclose how much debt I have had, and I've been working very diligently to pay that off. It's crazy. It's crazy that people such as myself could come out of college with more debt than the amount of money they're going to earn in their first year of employment as a person with a college degree, possibly state licenses or other certifications that allow them to work at a professional level. That's ridiculous. And then it's just like this big black cloud that hangs over your head. And every time, I know for me as a single mom, every time my daughter came home and she ripped a hole in her last pair of pants, I would cry because I didn't know where I was going to come up with the money to buy her a new pair of pants. No one should have to live like that, especially when you're fortunate enough to live in the United States where all of your basic essentials are met. I mean, we have houses and food and clothes and cars and cell phones and televisions, and It's ridiculous that we should have to live check to check and then be a slave to this debt, have 40% of our income or more going to creditors, to people that we owe money to. So don't let your money control you. Like, right away, after you start decluttering, you get rid of that stuff, don't bring in new stuff, at least stuff that you don't need. And you need to start really getting down and dirty with your finances. You need to be honest with yourself. You need to take a look at what you're spending your money on. For me, I tried off and on to kind of go on a cash system and wasn't that successful with it until I think it was the heavens above, but I lost my debit card somewhere in my house, so I know it was safe. But I lost my debit card. So guess what? I didn't have a credit card. I stopped using those a long time ago. And I didn't have a debit card, which means the only way I can spend money is if I literally go to the bank during business hours, withdraw that whatever amount of money I need, and then I only have that money available to me. So it was a little rocky at first. I had some embarrassing moments where I was at the grocery store or something and I didn't have enough money to buy what I was trying to buy, and everybody looks at me like, oh, look at this chick, she's irresponsible. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm actually super responsible, the most I've ever been. I just don't have enough money on me today to get what I need. So it takes a little time to work out that system, but highly effective. Within the first 2-3 months of going on essentially a cash system, I had over $2,000 excess in my checking account that I would never normally have that much money just excess in my checking account. So highly encourage you to get on a cash-based system. If you're interested in hearing more about that and kind of what I've done and how I make it work, leave a comment below and I'll make sure to do a video on that for you guys. And the other thing about not letting money control you is think about your job. So as you may have seen in the last video that I made, letting you guys know the biggest recent life change I made, which was I quit my corporate job. Yes, I did it. I walked away. It is insane. So I did it, and I decided that I'm going to pave my own way. I am building my business right now, or my businesses, I should say, and I want to decide for myself how I make my money. I want to feel fulfilled. I want to make a difference in the world. I want to help people. I don't want to be a slave for a paycheck, because money is not the most important thing. And I can promise you this, that when you get your heart and your true purpose in line with the work that you're doing, the money will come. It's inevitable. The universe can't help but reward you for being your authentic self and for doing good in the world. All right, moving on to number 3, which is, this is going to sound crazy, eat stress for breakfast. Yes, I said it. Eat stress for breakfast. Now, what I mean by that is, maybe you're not in a position where I'm at right now where you can quit that 9 to 5, or maybe for a time being, given your financial situation, maybe you're trying to get out of debt, or you just had a baby, maybe you've got to work 2 jobs. Everyone's circumstances are different. Like for me, with many years of being a single mom, it would not have been possible to do what I'm doing right now at that time. It's taken me a while to get to this point. So with that being said, if you're in a situation where you are dealing with a lot of stress and you have a very demanding schedule, there's not a lot you can do about it. At least it may not feel like there's a lot you can do about it. But what I'm here to tell you is that there is. And you got to eat that stress for breakfast. When you wake up, first of all, you need to wake up early enough that it can accommodate a morning routine. For me, for the last year, I was starting work by like 7 a.m. So 7 or 8:30 a.m. at the latest. And my work was almost an hour away from where I live. So for me to do my little morning routine, I had to get up at 4:45, sometimes even earlier, 4 a.m., 4:45, 5 a.m. And trust me, I'm not like little morning jaybird ready to get going at 4:45 a.m. It is hard for me. But I did it. And for me, what works for me in my morning routine is to wake up and I would do 30 minutes of some type of exercise, some type of cardio. I'd go for a run, maybe do a little free kickboxing video off of YouTube, something like that. Or then I would do 30 minutes of yoga, 20 or 30 minutes of yoga, and at least 30 minutes of meditation. Right there, bam, power-packed way to start my day. Because with the amount of stress that I've been under this last year, it was insane. That was the only thing that got me through, that helped me survive, was that daily practice of getting my endorphins pumping, building some serotonin, getting the blood flowing, stretching out my muscles, and then also the meditation of getting my mind in the right mindset for the day to deal with the trauma of the next 10 hours. So yes, eat your stress for breakfast. I promise you, if you can just try it for a few weeks. Get up, do a little routine. You don't have to do exactly what I did. Find what works for you and do it every day or as many days as possible and see how you feel. I promise you it will significantly reduce your stress levels. Number 4, you got to work smarter, not harder. That's something I learned when I was in the Army, actually. What I mean by this, pertaining to this video, is that you need to find solutions to the problems that you're having so that it makes success inevitable. Like, I've talked about this in some prior videos. For me, with weight loss, if I'm going to be successful at losing weight, it's critical, at least given the schedule that I've had in the last couple of years, it was critical that I did meal prepping on the weekends so that I had healthy food that was delicious, readily made and available, so that at the end of, let's say, a 14-hour workday, when I'm hungry, stressed, and tired, and I want something quick, easy, and delicious, I had it available. Otherwise, 100%, I'm going to stop off at McDonald's or Popeyes or who knows what else, some kind of fast food. So yeah, there was like little things like that of saying, okay, whatever area I'm trying to work on, why am I not being successful in this area? It doesn't mean that I'm weak. It doesn't mean that I lack willpower. It doesn't mean that I'm amoral or incompetent or any of these things. It means that I have not set up the right tools and foundations in place to make me inevitably successful. So that's what I did. I looked at the different areas of my life where I was having problems, where there was something that was preventing me from reaching my goals or being successful in that area. And then I found solutions to fix that. And so you got to work smarter, not harder. Like, you can't set yourself up for failure every day and then be mad at yourself, or feel even worse, feel bad about yourself in some sort of way because you're not achieving your goals. Well, of course you're not achieving your goals. Like, you didn't make it inevitable for that to happen. So just work a little smarter. Figure out the issues, find solutions, and you'll fix it. You can do it. Everybody can. Then finally, number 5 on my list is to write, visualize, act, and manifest. Over this last year, something that has really helped me on my journey, I've realized the power of visualization and manifestation. I know a bunch of motivational speakers and hippies and gurus and all these people, they talk about this, and I think for a long time it was like, yeah, sure. if I imagine this, it's probably not going to happen just because I'm imagining it. But for real, guys, for real, if you actually write out what you want and you visualize it, you start taking action on that, and you do this every day, crazy shit happens. Excuse my language, but seriously, crazy shit happens. Like, you will be blown away at what you can literally manifest. Like, you want that promotion, you want that relationship in your life, you want that job, you want that opportunity, whatever it may be, you can seize it, you can have it. It's insane. I think it's really, really important to follow the whole process. So I would encourage you, something that I've done is, some people like to make a vision board. Maybe you are a journaler and you like to journal and write. I do both of those things, but I will actually write out, what do I want? What kind of person do I want to be? What kind of life do I want to have? If I could be and have anything that I want, what would it be? Write it out. Then think, okay, what do I have to do to, get there? What kind of steps could I take? And then you visualize it. I think the best way is through meditation, but I suppose you could just kind of close your eyes, maybe every day before you get up out of bed, just close your eyes and really visualize it. If you want to lose weight, see yourself as whatever physical form you want to be. See it. And don't just see it, but feel it. Like, actually, you'll get tingles. Like, you feel being in that place. What does it feel like? What does it sound like? What sensations do you have? Do you see the smile on someone's face? Do you see the smile on your own face? Like, really savor the moment as if you were already there, because you know what? You already are. That's what's trippy about it. But then you got to act, right? Every day you got to make small changes. So for me, it's like, okay, I say, I want to be one of those people who makes their bed every day. Because to me, someone who makes their bed every day is somebody who takes, pride in their private spaces. They're somebody who gets their day started right, who's, motivated and believes in the small things. And so I decided I'm going to make my bed every day. Things like that. And it doesn't mean that it's perfect every single day. Sure, there's some days that the bed doesn't get made, or there's some days that my car is messy, or things like that. But it's the fact that every single day I make an effort to recommit myself to those goals, to be the kind of person that I want to be. And there's small things like not carrying a huge purse anymore, using a small purse, keeping a clean car, making my bed, not having dishes piled up beside the sink. It's little things like that. And then every day I make a conscious effort to stay committed to those small changes. And then before you know it, your entire life is different. So with that, these are my top 5 things of how you can drastically change your life in a very short amount of time. It all depends on you and how fast you can go, what your comfort level is. But trust me, I've never ran faster in my entire life than I have in this last year, and it's incredible. I seriously feel like a new person. So those 5 steps, just to recap, are 1, declutter your life. Get rid of the excess and the waste. 2, don't let money control you. Get a grip on your spending habits and what kinds of things you're buying, how much you're buying, and what you do for a living. Are you satisfied with how you're making your money? Do you need to make a change? Number 3, you need to eat stress for breakfast. Get your day started right, and it will totally change your mood and your mind and your outlook. Number 4, you want to work smarter, not harder. Don't make it hard on yourself. Find easy solutions that will make success inevitable for you. And number 5 is to write, visualize, act, and manifest. I truly believe, I know that you can have anything you want in life as long as it is a good and righteous desire that is going to serve you and your family and others in the world for good. So just believe in yourself, even if you have no one else around you who does. I believe in you. Hit me up, send me a note. Let's get a conversation going. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're new to my channel and you like this kind of information, you want to hear more things like this, check out all the free content I've already got and all the free content that's coming. Hit that subscribe button. New, old, and everything in between. Leave me a comment. Let's get talking. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep being your awesome selves, and I'll catch you next time.